Previously on Heroes Play, the party ventured further into the web-filled buildings and fought terrifying spiders, as both swarms and single combat creatures. The party also learned of a terrifying side effect that some of these creatures have when they bite into their prey, as Zio was fully paralyzed. The party decided to take a rest so that he may regain his strength, and they may further their adventure.
And we're back.
Alrighty.
Dingo and the baby.
Do you do the intro thing again, or
No.
Okay, good, excellent. So after this battle, which one of you was horribly wounded? Was it you?
That was
Zio?
Zio. I'm back to full now.
It was Zio.
I'm feeling good.
Are you?
Yeah.
Except for the moving part.
Yeah, I think
not
you were
doing
going to be
that.
poisoned for several hours. Or paralyzed for several hours.
No,
wasn't
1
it?
hour. It was 1 hour. It was 1 hour.
I like several better.
Yes, 1 hour. And luckily, nothing came to bother you while you were taking your quick rest.
No, we killed all the spiders.
Alright, good, because
So
I
wish.
would like to be healed a bit. Because, I'm down 11.
Well,
Alright, so probably before you took the hour rest, she will have done the healing trick for anyone that needs it.
Okay. I'm
So,
short
yes.
9 hit points, so...
1 second, I am digging down.
Digging
diggy down, diggy down, down, diggy down.
That's the
Alright,
digging
here's
down
something.
music now.
Zio.
17,
it's now nighttime.
according to this.
And then you guys took your rest.
So what do we
and
get for the healer's kit?
You have, I rolled it for you. You're back up to full hit points.
Okay.
Because she did it.
Correct.
Sweet.
Then you took your hour rest, which means you can now benefit from that again. And I believe everyone, unless Till, did you want to spend hit dice for those last 2 hit points?
You know what, yeah, I'll spend 1.
Okay.
And those 2 hit points are often the difference between being up and down for me, so...
Absolutely.
6.
I get 'em.
You're at full. All right.
Also, before we advance, I'm not sure if you knew, when I leveled up, I put my expertise in perception, so my passive perception is
Perception is
16.
now actually higher.
Yeah.
That is that is very important to know. I am assuming
What?
that you now want to go back and search their spidery carcasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, place yourselves. Place yourselves. So, where do you go first to take a look?
I don't
around?
remember where the carcasses are, but...
So,
I
pretty
know they're
much in that area.
Didn't it escape back through a hole over
It
here?
one
and get
did
it up
die.
and
The
out?
big one came from there.
Yeah, but
One
didn't
of them was in
Oh, it went through a hole. Up
Yeah, I
through the
went
ceiling.
there and we couldn't find it. And
that room, and it went
things on
through a hole in
fire
the
and it
ceiling,
didn't happen.
and you lost sight of it, and have not seen it since.
All right.
Start burning,
Weapon
burning.
in hand, by the way.
It's gone off to find the skunk.
Yep. Weapon in hand, by the way. And
report to
we're
its
just going to
master.
search the ones that are in this general vicinity first, and then we'll go to the big one, which should be somewhere over here.
Okay. Carcasses, well, they're spider carcasses. They don't have pockets. They don't carry 30 gold pieces in their mouth.
No, they carried in their stomachs.
Wait, what about a longsword? I get a lot of those when I play like games and we kill spiders.
No.
Don't ask me why. I don't
As
understand.
I have never allowed that. You must be playing video games.
Alrighty. So the bodies are fairly disappointing.
Sorry, spider with a longsword.
You're going to send the servant around just to burn the remaining web?
And the rest of the building does go up this way and around. Which I will have to draw.
I'm guessing
Because-
I cannot harvest silk from their webs.
Why would you want to?
Maybe it's valuable? I don't
Yes, you had, remember from last time, there's webbing everywhere, light webbing that mostly just obscures your line of sight, with occasional spots of really heavy webbing.
Then they figured
And
to make carbon
then there's
fiber
the-
weave.
Exactly, and then there is the plaster-like substances made out of the web.
See,
That-
we harvest enough of it, we can make our own.
That looks like it's used for construction purposes.
I will not live in a house made of webs. It's not happening.
You live in a web of lies, sir.
I'm going to start with the using the unseen servant.
Okay.
Give it the torch. Have it start.
Why are you
burning
by
away
yourself?
I wanted to go check out the big
You
over
fool!
this way. Where the
All
big
right.
spider
Anyone
came
else
from.
moving up there with him?
Yeah. Thank you, because
You have betrayed me, Froggington.
Playing the part of the unseen servant today is Froggington, the metal Monopoly piece.
It's a lucky frog. I got it from Salem, Massachusetts. Thank you very much.
Okay then.
And we named him
What's
Froggington Warty
involved?
Pants.
Froggington Warty Pants.
Because, as a gamer, I am a rational human being who plays a game of statistics and keep a lucky frog in my dice case because it makes my dice roll better.
Just in case.
Oh my god. Can we give him like his own line? Like right in.
Well, then we will all have to wear headphones again.
he'll just hear ooh, like it's your
He'll be like, guys, no one outside the headphones can hear it.
Because that's something that can happen.
Yep.
So, the webs in this room are thicker than the normal webs.
Right.
They take a full round to burn.
What about the big spider?
The big spider had nothing of particular interest
I
on him
figured.
outside of being a big spider. If you want, you can take a mandible.
Yeah.
All right.
Take
so,
the mandible.
Zio
need that
will rip a mandible.
You know what? Maybe I will need it. Maybe I won't.
to poke at you.
So you're yeah. I'm just gonna poke you with it. Mandibles.
He finds a tendon, he just pulls on and curls.
Hey, it'd be a great addition to the show. We could turn these into puppets. Tell our story.
It's not a skunk circus.
I thought it was flea
But,
circus on the back of the skunk.
You know, we got to start somewhere.
People don't want to see spiders.
You have
You're
to know
right.
what the people
Nadia
want.
is going to move over here because you people are getting fucking weird.
What?
Somebody, please.
We're not weird. We're not getting weird. We've always been weird. She knew what she signed in for.
I put down spider bits in my inventory. I was running out of space, so. Spider bits was the
As the
shorthand.
unseen servant slowly excavates the room for you,
burning
you
away.
do find a couple of odd-sized webbed cocoons or sacks.
These are going to have either paralyzed or more likely dead people in them.
I open one.
Or they are baby spiders,
Yours.
and I ready some fire for that shit.
Yeah.
Alaros will move up.
Totally
and,
gone right up to be like, nah.
Move Alaros into the room.
Oh, fuck.
Like I said,
All right.
fire.
Use a dagger to open,
Yeah.
I'm assuming? Because,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but like carefully, because it could be a living person.
Okay.
Sure.
Careful, just in case it's a
lazy
living
lug.
person. It's not. The good news is it's not alive. Neither is it human. A goblin slides out,
Ah, that's boring.
Oh, there's goblins about that, maybe.
and it's fairly fresh.
Ah, cool.
Odd, we didn't see any.
What is it carrying?
A kobold.
Well, you see an empty dagger sheath. There are some arrows still in a quiver on its back,
I can't use those.
but for the most part,
You're useless.
not much of interest.
Pull the web back together and kind
Sew it back
of sew
together.
it back together.
No,
Does,
nothing to see here.
Does that track with... I know that we knew that there were goblinoids in the area by the orchard that were heading kind of that way. Has there been reports of them kind of over in this area too,
that's a good idea.
as well?
From what you recall with the conversations with Baron Michael, there had been reports of small groups moving in the area, but nothing that the patrols that the Baron sent out couldn't handle.
Could have been on the outskirts, too, of the forest where we first got attacked by them. They just dragged him back here.
Yeah, and it would make sense also if they got to this point and didn't their advance guard didn't come back. They go, well,
We're not going that way.
we don't necessarily want anything that way, anyways. Let's go back. All right.
Okay.
It's good to have in the back.
Similar
of the mind,
size. The other sacks are similar sizes.
A couple of them. One of them is slightly larger than the others. That one holds a hobgoblin.
It's Dave.
Well,
You
obviously
do not recognize
We don't
the
recognize
hobgoblin.
Dave. Okay.
we'll check them all out and see if they have anything of worth. Maybe a note, where they're coming from, something coming in.
No notes, unfortunately.
Thought they could read.
They do all
The last
wear
one,
a badge on their arms that all have the same symbol, however.
I take.
take one down.
And you do recognize the symbol. It was the same. Dave the hobgoblin, whose name is actually Hadrick.
I was gonna say I wrote down Hedrak the hobo.
Yes.
But like Dave is Hadrick for short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how
they had
Dick
found
is
with
short
the
for Richard.
kobolds.
Yeah.
Also had
Yeah, I'm totally
this symbol
taken.
on their on a badge on his arm.
Totally taking the.
Yeah,
armband.
so we can say that they're... Well, yeah.
In fact, there are how many?
They're not taking them all.
3 in all, 2 goblins, 1 hobgoblin.
I'm taking all 3.
Why? Want to disguise
Because-
ourselves? We're humans and elves.
You know what? Maybe they're outsourcing. Okay.
They're going to call this the Sigil of Dave.
All right, listen, Zio. You hide those
Dave,
well in your
Dave,
person because
Dave,
if we get captured by some hobgoblins or goblins and they find those on you,
The Sigil of Dave.
they could use that as an excuse to kill us on the spot.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'll take one.
The symbol, the sigil
Of Dave.
crest. There we go. The crest on them is basically appears to be a long sword that's been thrust through a skull, so that the skull is like resting on the cross piece.
Friendly.
Dave is a sick fuck.
They're hobgoblins.
Just saying.
They're militaristic.
Yeah.
They like war. They like death. Preferably others.
Who doesn't?
So
Notice that Till didn't tell you not to take them.
Yeah.
He just said make sure they're hidden well.
And wear one, just like openly.
On your
Defiance. I'm
forehead.
kidding.
Just
kidding.
right
Yeah,
over
right around my head.
When they sash, you know.
Well, I got my headband, so I mean,
Ooh.
hide it underneath the headband, so then I can just be like,
What are you, brother?
What's the password?
Madflesh.
We're going to be the first morning zoo gaming podcast.
that's what we're doing wrong. This needs to be a good morning gaming podcast, not a good night.
Well, technically, by the time we're done, it is morning.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Good morning.
Yep.
Where'd they go? They said good morning.
Yes, we're going to Zio with the weather.
Well, accurate.
It's dark and cold.
It's dark and full of webs. The spider's all about it. It's raining spiders.
I'm assuming you will be continuing on.
Yeah. Actually, I thought we'd turn back at this point.
Yeah, we've seen what we needed.
Yeah.
Turn back.
We answered that cool riddle, got a
No.
potion. You just bitch slapped me? Yep. The wizard just bitch slapped me. Okay.
Yeah, okay. He's a wizard. You can't take that.
Ouch him through the throat.
Shield.
I'm surprised
Fuck
you didn't
off.
say your normal response to that, which is, you know what? Hellish rebuke.
I didn't do any damage.
You did emotional damage.
Yeah.
He's still a child.
Who moves up and around the corner? That is not there currently.
Dio. Or you. It's one of us.
Sometimes I go first. I mean, I will get hit by whatever attacks me, but
That is exactly where I'm not going first.
I say the unseen servant.
I'm eager.
Well, yeah, Unseen Servant kind of needs to go ahead of me there.
I think so.
Why is this?
So I'll stand in the last open spot there. And then Unseen Servant can make its way.
Oh, careful.
Shut up.
Careful.
Shut up.
Stay on target.
I like
Alright,
how
Zio.
slightly ashamed you were
You-
of that.
Yeah.
Move around the corner,
He was a DG
and you do see the chamber that the one of the giant wolf spiders had come from is in that upper corner, and you can easily see that there is a thickness of web there. And you can just make out that there is another exit door, as well as an open area.
Yeah.
A small room that could be a closet. You won't know until you look in it.
Yeah.
And another small room.
Somewhere over here once I get
Correct.
around the corner. Well, Unseen Servant, somebody take care of that. Move him in front of me somewhere. Losing character sheet
Some
space.
of these have like way more negative space on them than.
All right, where are we going? Want to check out the closet?
Well, yeah. How about we have him go over here?
I think there might be
Get those
skeletons in the closet.
So yeah, I'm just gonna follow it.
Did I beat you to
We're
it,
gonna
Phil?
make Baker kill me.
I will follow Zia.
Alrighty. So Zio
We
and
will
Till
follow
begin to
Zio.
move north, slowly making their way through,
I want to look in that closet.
burning these minor things. You take a look in the closet. Alright, go ahead. You take a full search. So actually move over to the entrance of the closet.
Well, I want to look from there first. Like that's I want to.
Looking from there?
Yeah, looking from there first.
You can just use your passive.
Okay.
You see webs.
Okay. All right. Do you mind the unseen over here? Blah, blah. Now I look.
Now you look. Give me a roll with disadvantage because webbing.
So let's say 15 or an 18. I will have to take the 15, and that will be a 15.
All right. You see a lot of light webbing, but you don't see any of the larger cocoon sacs, nor do you see spiders running around in here.
I look up.
You look up.
Yeah, I look up.
You see more webbing.
I want to have a look in that room.
So looking into that room, you do see a few more of those dark and ambiguous web sacs, 2 more of them. Might as well move Nadia that way as well. Corvin, you going to continue to stare at the wall, or...
It's a nice wall. I mean,
He's got his hood up. He's very dark and mysterious right now.
It's Darth Corvin.
no, I'll move on with it. Just I'll keep an eye behind us to make sure nothing comes out of it, you know. I mean, we didn't burn the rest of this hole over here. There could be
Yeah, we
something.
did.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. That's
For
when
the
we
most
found the
part,
sacks.
there was nothing aside from the 2 sacks.
Damn it.
Looking into this chamber again, you make your way using the unseen servant to. Oh, I'm sorry, you moved away from that chamber. Oh yeah, correct.
Right.
Just the two more dark sacks, which you can already guess have dead goblins.
Just that they're similar size to the goblin
Correct.
ones. All right.
Do we bother?
We should probably check them anyways, just
Yeah,
in case
just in
there's
case
something
there's something
important
else.
in any
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah. We
I would
check them
never
out.
do that to you.
Sure. The note, the key is hidden under the note on top of the chest.
I got a bonus for that. No, I don't.
There you go. So, you carefully open them up to see if there's anything living in there.
Surprise.
Just more desiccated, sucked dry goblins.
More armbands.
Yes, more armbands.
No notes. No.
A
Trash.
dagger, but it's kind of ratty, and
That was startling, apparently, to Corvin.
a dagger, but it's ratty and kind of in bad shape because, well, goblins don't
One of them was gassy.
take.
Well, when you
Care
cut
of
open
them.
the sack,
That's what I was going for.
No, there are no fluids left in it at all.
Can I check them at all to see if I can detect kind of how long they've been dead?
Give me a wisdom medicine check.
All right.
And Nadia can actually aid you on that if you wish, because she is
Yeah.
really good at medicine.
Yeah.
That's kind of her thing.
really good.
You are aided, so you have advantage on the roll.
Good, because I'm gonna probably want to beat that 6.
Yeah, you're gonna want to do that.
So 14.
You would say maybe a day, 2 days tops.
Wow, they're hungry. Pretty fresh.
Well, good news for us. The spiders have recently eaten. So they're not starving.
I mean, they were planning on saving you for later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not starving right now.
Yeah. Small victories. All right,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Nadia does not find that at all comforting. Not in the slightest. Following the unseen servant, you move down to what appears to be another web-filled closet. Light webbing. You can move to it and make a perception check if you wish,
Yes.
with disadvantage. Because again, webs.
4.
Nothing aside from light webbing.
Guys, more webs.
A big surprise.
Blah. Send it down here.
So you send it down there and have it clear away more webbing. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Tell you what. As someone put a whole bunch of C's.
Do you want me to do what we've already done?
Correct. Yep, if you can. So, this is a door.
This is a window.
And as the unseen servant makes its way down there, vines suddenly shoot out of a clump of webbing, wrap around the torch, and you feel your unseen servant spell die a vicious death.
Where did that happen?
That's
How far in
fucked
did it
up.
get?
Froggington!
Shit, all the way up there.
That,
Jeeves, no.
with the shape of the vines, it is the unseen servant is shaped like a frog.
Where was it holding the torch?
And its
What-
butt.
It's teeth.
I was gonna say with his tongue.
Well, whatever.
It's one impressive tongue.
Yeah. It's magic.
That's
This
what she
in no
said.
way represents
So didn't it finish clearing that space when it went?
the space that it was in is clear. Correct. So what you see as it has disturbed the clump of webbing that had surrounded it is this violet mushroom-like bright purple fungus growing out of the ground with tentacles that are now spattering about. And we're rolling initiative. Anyone with the nature skill, give me a nature check.
Nope.
Nope.
Nada.
Well, that's
Can I make one with
You're-
Jack of all trades?
You can.
No. It sure is. What color did you say it was? Purple?
Yes.
It sure is purple.
It sure is.
Yay,
Shusha.
purple tentacles.
I'm pretty sure that's a purple people eater.
Good thing we're not purple.
One-eyed,
One horn.
one-horned.
Flying.
Oh,
Holy
those-
fuck.
Those are rare.
Watch out, guys that wear short shorts.
What are short shorts?
I'm done.
Alaros is tapping
Remember the
out.
movie
Time
for that?
check.
Jazz hands.
All the tentacles go up. All like 16 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, when it attacked and slaughtered the unseen servant, there were 4 tentacles.
Now there are 8.
So, Zio,
Where were the other
give me your
ones?
initiative check.
That will be an 11.
11sies. Alaros.
Afternoon tea.
That is a 6 total.
We're
Till.
dying.
First breakfast.
9.
We're dying.
Second breakfast.
Corbin.
36.
Afternoon tea. First breakfast had
Otherwise
mimosas.
known as
13.
So,
Nadia.
do we just 6, 9, 11, 13? Okay, very close to having a.
Nadia
Yeah.
chimes in with a 5.
That's good. At least we're alert.
She woke up fast.
Corbin,
Yeah,
you're
We're
up
doing
first.
golf rules,
holy
right?
shit.
Thought it was golf rules.
We'll be up there.
You are. Oh, you want to go all the way up?
Yeah.
Well, this is web. It's not hindering terrain.
It's not
though, right?
hitting terrain, correct. So he can normally. It's just a little bit more difficult to see.
Yeah.
You
Stabby.
stab with your spear.
16.
You will hit. You will most certainly hit.
For 7.
You stab into the fungus, but as it is a fungus, you have no idea if you've heard it or not.
There's some fungus among us.
Zio, you are next.
Wow. Okay.
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm gonna falchion the shit out of it.
Go for it.
Ching, 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 ching.
I don't think that's a verb.
Did you just waste a crit on a fungus?
What'd you get?
Or did you?
It was a 1.
You roll to
are
confirm
dead.
the fumble.
Zeus just not having fun in this dungeon.
You're not in a dungeon. You're above ground
Same thing. It's an 11.
Earth nipple.
in a tunnel of, plaster web. What was the total?
11.
11.
I don't know,
Okay,
right?
so you
Yeah.
managed not to drop your spear or draw the attack of opportunity.
Falchion, not spear.
Falcon, yes, thank you. Sorry. Alaros, you are up.
Didn't like the fire. Firebolt.
You fire off. Raise your hand, and you strike out with the mystic.
Could attack the torch.
13.
That will hit.
It looked like it was going to go over. No, you're.
God bless you.
4 points of damage.
And you burn some of it.
It was going.
Fungus spores. They make the Corbin sneeze.
As it is a fungus, it does not scream because it does not have vocal cords or lungs.
That would be truly terrifying.
I've heard that there are
Till,
fungus.
I
that
believe
scream.
I did skip you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you might have, but that's fine. Because. No, it doesn't have ears. They don't need to be able to understand me, but they do need to be able to hear me.
If
We'll
a
go
tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a noise?
That is not relevant.
Absolutely. it
Plants
does.
love to hear people talk
Go
to
on.
them.
And I have to just go off of assumption because I got a 6 on my nature check. So
all right.
could
I'll
have
give you
ears.
that. I'll give you that.
it could have ears, but
Totally does.
the mushrooms that you find on the side of the road don't.
Corn has ears.
Not in the same sense. Really.
Anyways,
Hey, with that nature roll, that logic works.
You stride on up and stab it
He does have an intelligence above 8.
with the rapier.
So,
yes.
Yeah, which is higher than mine. So mine is.
which is why that
You
seems
will hit.
logical to you.
Yeah.
5 damage.
And with that, you manage to tear the violet fungus a new one.
We end up shiitakeing the mushroom.
We're not entirely sure whether it had one to begin with, but it does have a new one at this point.
It had a -2 initiative.
Right.
It's fungus. It has a -5 dexterity modifier.
Right.
It's not fast.
We should have been tracking that. Negative
Most
initiatives.
fungus is not.
It does have a movement speed, though. It moves at like 5 feet around.
That
Wow.
is.
We could have
that
just
is-
peppered it from
that is
afar and been
impressive
fine.
for fungus. That is impressive.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
It says tentacles.
Downside, if these effers touch you, they get... First, they have multiple attacks around. Each one does a D8 necrotic damage.
Oh,
Holy shit.
That is not.
They melt
nice.
flesh on a touch.
Oh,
So, what you are left with now is one of the most solid and well put together doors that you have ever seen in your life, let alone in this building.
burn it down.
What?
Is anything on it?
Yes, actually.
Oh, how did I get some on my phone?
Webbing.
No.
Oh, web.
The door itself is covered in
Oh,
a
wait, you find traps.
mosaic. It looks to be with a sun symbol in the center and 8 wyverns in flight circling around it. There are words.
What language are they in?
Take
One
a
you
wild
do not,
guess.
One you do not understand at all, actually.
Yep, because I speak common.
Not even slightly.
But good news, they're around.
They're around. So, Alaros rolls up his sleeve.
This dwarf has some very
step
fancy
forward,
handwriting.
Looks at it and says, "Eh? Give me an intelligence
The
check."
inflections are all wrong. Oh, did nobody use spell check?
That's a 7. It's a 7 total.
It takes you actually a couple of
That hurt so bad, you broke the string.
you go to read it, and you're like, it looks like Elven, but there are characters and phrasings in it that you don't recognize.
Okay.
Couldn't possibly pronounce it in your tongue.
Till wants to take a shot at it
Yeah.
before we see how long it takes you to decipher it.
And same thing, intelligence check.
Yep.
Together.
No.
Lower than a 7?
Nah, it's a 9.
Maybe
You
one
all
of you
have
should
a
have
great
aided
rolling
the.
night.
It wouldn't be an investigation.
So, no, the intelligence check will cover it. It takes you about a good 5 minutes to kind of work out what it is, as opposed to normally looking at something written in Elven when it's like, oh, it's Elven, blah, 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 blah. No, this actually takes you a while to decipher.
Well, that word's kind of like this word, which kind of is like.
Is it like an older script, or is it more like dialectic, like regionally type?
Much
different?
older script.
Right.
It's certainly an archaic form of Elven. It's definitely nothing that is used today. And Alaros, as you are the bookworm of the group, it's nothing you've ever seen in a book.
Okay.
When you do figure out what it says, it reads, "The touch of Skyfire brings restful benediction."
That would be the sun.
Lightning.
Yeah, I want to give the door a look over, see if there's any mechanism to it or anything like that.
Give me a investigation check. I like investigation checks for that better than perception. I mean, the door is there.
You're investigating the door.
I'm better at perception, though. But that's a 14.
You can. There is no visible sign of a handle or locking mechanism. The door itself is definitely not moving.
Not moving
It
of its
doesn't-
own accord, or
it-
not moving if we push on it? or
Not
something?
moving if you push on it. It doesn't appear to be a push, pull, or raise or lower situation.
Is there a place to put one's hand, possibly?
Definitely. I mean, you've got the whole thing.
No, I think he meant like, is there like.
There's no handprint or outline of place your hand here.
Well, no.
But-
Well, obviously, not the obvious, but something that might look.
the sun is certain. The sun symbol is definitely big enough for you to place your hand fully into it.
Alright. Step back. Or you do it. Go ahead.
No. You got this. You got this. I'm
I
stepping
don't want.
back.
I would rather,
I have
the one
stepped
with,
back.
With
I have stepped
actual
back.
magic-y
I've
bits.
stepped back.
While they're quarreling about that, I would like to
Quarreling
look
about it?
around on like the ceiling, see if there is something up there that would have let light through when this building was kind of in a more usable state. Like that would let it
What do
in
you
towards
mean?
the door, like because
Seeing if a ray of
sun
light
might,
could touch the door.
like I would see if
potentially.
it's timed essentially.
Like redirecting mirrors.
No,
to-
actually, this part of the ceiling and walls in this part seem to be fairly solid and
Okay.
in relatively good condition as opposed to most of the place.
Use a light spell. Use a torch. Something.
So
Light a
which one
torch
of you-
first.
So you light a torch first, and you place it against the.
Well, I
sun
hold it
symbol,
near
or-
it.
No, nothing happens.
Near it. Okay. Do we want to try burning the door with it? Not really like burning the door, but
Like
touching it?
No.
to it.
Or do you want to poke it
I
first?
touch it with the torch. See what happens.
Okay, touch it with the torch.
Nothing.
Okay.
There we go. On fire.
I'm looking at
Alaros
you.
wants to try something.
Light.
The light spell.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Zio is slowly reaching out to touch it.
Go for
Waiting
it.
for somebody to tell me no.
Ain't gonna happen.
I'm not
so-
stopping you.
Nobody's stopping you.
Alright. Stand back, people.
If you're gonna do dumb things, the consequences are all yours.
You place your hand in the center of the sun, and nothing happens.
You're instantly
I push.
teleported into outer space
Nope.
in the center of a blue.
Okay.
That's strange.
I touch
Move.
each one of the wyverns.
Nothing.
Move.
Alright, try
Move
touching
because it's
two.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If you don't get out of the way, it's gonna happen. And it's gonna
Alright.
happen in the back of your head.
He's
Fireball.
yelling.
So, Alaros, what are you going to do?
Jesus.
Firebolts! Still nothing.
Did the door take
the
damage?
door doesn't even darken.
I have one other
Knock
theory.
8 times.
The sky's
One
fire.
for each of the wyverns.
Shocking grasp.
Touch the sun symbol with shock and grasp.
Yep.
The door begins to move.
Ah.
I knew I would eventually get it.
Yeah, if you go through every
There's only
cantrip you
so
have.
many skyfires.
Yeah.
Like if it's not the sun and thereby fire, it's going to be lightning.
Yeah.
So,
Really wanted to try that one
You want that
first.
tile?
But I figured fireball was more fun.
Yeah. Also, you can do it without being next to the door.
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Yeah,
think
there's
I've
that.
actually
The
drawn
risk
out the
involved
tile
is
for it
less.
Well, do you want this one where where it is?
As I have touched the
Sure, it's
door.
right here. Okay. You are in my way, Alvarez.
Yeah, I know, but I was the one to actually touch the door. So,
I got the spiders.
I don't think there's a...
I don't know where I was going with that, and it just was there. Corvin's falling asleep in the webs. He's made himself a nice little hammock.
I expected you to be doing a parody of The Touch. Where you have the touch, you have the spiders.
I got the spiders in me.
Nope, wrong animal.
Look, Corvin's going to sleep, not waking up.
And the door opens.
Oh, and there's a star in the middle of the room. That makes me nervous.
That's never a good sign.
Nope.
The door opens up,
Yeah.
and looking inside, you can see three things. You can see a painted screen, a large idol, which would be the thing with a star in it, and a small table. That's that small little circle up in the corner.
That is one small table.
The screen, like the door that you just opened, depicts 8 wyverns wheeling around the sun in a cloudy sky. The idol appears to be some sort of a female reclining on a couch with what looks like a young drake of some sort curling around her feet.
Fun.
There are absolutely no rebs in this room, and it is very well preserved.
If you give me 10 minutes, I can do detect magic.
Yep.
There's any sources in there.
I am good with this.
Okay?
Take a
Anyone
s-
want to take a closer look at the screen and the idols?
I don't think anybody wants to step in until he's
Nobody
done
wants to
with
step in, okay?
I was going to
am
go. That couch
immediately
looks very
curious.
comfortable. I was going to go sit on the couch with.
I continue with detect magic even though he steps in. So
Okay,
if I see anything, I
so
can
Till
warn him.
and
We're going
Corvin
in.
will both step in. Corvin goes over to the idol.
I'll start with the screen.
Okay?
that. All right. Well, if he goes in, I'll go check out the table.
Fuck it. I'm not going to waste the 10 minutes.
Oh, you
Nadia
can
will
still
stand
do
just
it.
outside the room because, well...
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if
Just
there were any
not press
magical
in.
traps in there, that would be a way to detect it before you walked into one. But if you're going to walk in anyways, I'm just going to not
There
do
could have
it.
been.
The good
an
news
item.
is no traps go off.
Could be items though. It still would be worth
Not
it.
going to do it. So, we're good. All right, moving on.
All right. So, Till, you take a close look at the screen. Give me a history check.
11.
You
Sorry,
don't
it's
recognize the symbology of the figures on the screen, but now that you're closer and taking a closer look at it, you do see that it looks like each of the wyverns seems to have a rider on it. Corbin, the couch that the female, who now that you're closer to it, you can definitely tell is elven, is made out of stone and is, in fact, not comfortable.
I lose time
There is also writing
because I'm a wizard.
on the bottom part of the idol, just underneath the
Al,
That seems
Al,
inconvenient.
come look at this.
I don't hear anybody calling my name at this point. I am not fucking responding to that. Other than with a firebolt.
Row, get over here.
I'm literally going to kill you with magic.
That was highly specific.
I walk
Yeah.
into the room.
The small table
What
that I was
the
going.
fuck do you want?
1 second.
Wording,
That's good. You can read.
not Elven. I can't.
So
That's
as
a shame.
as they're arguing, there are things on the table. There are also a few other things on the divan. On the divan. On the divan. Divan.
Divan. It's
This is the
French.
divine
On the
portion
small
of the
table
podcast.
is
Duran.
a pair of potion bottles and a scroll. On the idol are a couple of let's see, is 4 engraved bone dice. 2 of them are d6s. One of them is a d20. One of them is a d12.
I'm collecting dice. I got those other Lord's dice that I've got from you.
Yeah, you might as well.
There is also a black silk handkerchief with red embroidered wyverns on it.
Ooh.
That's clearly cursed.
There
I need a
are
new headband.
This is cast. That is cast.
there is a set of cloth of gold vestments with a wyvern symbol on it.
This stuff looks cool. You sure you don't want to do that detect magic?
A small bone statuette of a wyvern.
Ooh.
Something tells me they really liked wyverns, whoever was in this room.
And a pair of copper chalices with silver filigree in the shape of, you guessed it, wyverns.
Nobody likes wyverns.
No, I prefer wyverns to wyverns.
The writing underneath the figure on the divan, you think actually appears to be a name. It is
Sorry.
Kissariel Eldorius. So Kissariel for the first name.
So it's Kissariel.
Iel.
Iel.
Last name Eldorius. Eldorias. Give me religion checks.
Hoodlum.
And for the hell of it, Nadia will also attempt it.
I do not have religion.
19. There we go. There we finally go.
You've never heard of it.
All right.
Nadia scores a 23. She's never heard of it. No, sorry, she scores a 20. I forgot. That's an intelligence. Okay. She's also never heard of it.
That is even more tantalizing.
It is definitely not an elven god that you, Alaros, have ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Does the table look like... you said it had some items on it. Does it look like there's anything...
History check. After he does his thing.
Okay.
After he does his thing.
Before I touch anything, I want to make sure there's like nothing trapped on it, basically, is what I'm going to
Give
do.
me a perception check.
Trying to be smart here.
The boy learns.
He does.
That is a 16.
There does not appear to be any traps.
All right. Then I'm going to look at the stuff and see if I can figure out what any of them are.
On the table are 2 potions and a scroll. Give me the history check at Alaros.
It's a 15.
The 15, you've never heard of an elven god associated with wyverns or the sun. Well, the sun, yes, but that's definitely not Kissariel Eldorius. For the most part, though, this definitely does not appear to be that.
Okay.
What do you look at, Zio? What do you look at first, the potions or the scroll? And who wants to go through the? Do you go around with the detect magic bit again, or
Do it. Potions.
Yes.
Thank you, Alaros.
give me an? You can give me an Arcana check. You start. I'm assuming you're breaking the potions open and tasting them, because that's about the only way you're going to figure out what potions.
Do not touch the Wyvern Alchemist kit.
That is also another good way.
Can you not, please?
Alchemist fire.
Because remember, this is a potion that's been sitting there for you don't know how long.
I had a good
Thousands of
roll,
years, maybe?
too.
So
It's actually alchemist fire.
after the 10 minutes of casting the spell, the potions come up with a magic aura, as does the scroll.
Okay. What's the school on the potions?
Starting out adventurers are always finding potions of necromancy.
Well, any potion that's been
Evocation.
around,
Oh, evocation.
any potion that's been around long enough just eventually devolves into necromancy.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's how
That's
magic
fair.
works,
That's
right?
fair. Yes, that's exactly how that works. Arcana check? Yeah.
So you'll have to use your the potion. The vials contain a reddish liquid that
Both are
has a little glitter
evocation.
in it. Correct.
Okay. What about the scroll?
The scroll, elements of transmutation. Do you open it up and take a look?
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I try that. I don't try it,
try
but
that.
I read it.
I read it out loud! You explode.
You carefully start to look at the
God, I hope
writing
not.
on the
I
scroll.
move away from him.
Everyone slowly backs away from you.
I move closer.
You're waiting to
I'm
see
not
what
like
happens.
trying to use the spell.
No!
Correct. I know, but you
Alright.
never know. It
have
might be a
to.
trap.
You don't have to try and use it.
Well, fuck it. I'll just light it on fire then, and then throw it in the trash.
You might not want to. It contains a spell,
Yes.
an
Continue on.
arcane spell,
Shut up. Shut up.
written in again that in an ancient style of magic. It seems
Stop
to be
making faces.
half spell, half instruction, set of instructions for something called the dagger spell stance.
Excuse me, por favor.
This
No, I continue to light it on fire and throw it away. It is useless to me. No, kidding.
So this ancient spell And actually, it shouldn't be transmutation. I remember now that I had changed my mind about the school. It should be abjuration.
No.
This spell has a casting time of 1 bonus action. It is a 2nd level spell. It has a range of self. According to the instruction kit, it has a duration of 10 rounds, 1 minute. Concentration. And it does have a verbal component and a material component. Actually, 2. 2 daggers made with materials costing up to 10 gold piece per dagger. The stance allows you, while you're holding a dagger in each hand, to channel a 2nd level or greater slot into the daggers, allowing you to choose from one of the 3 effects each round. Switching an effect requires a bonus action. The effects are as follow. The first effect is, as part of an attack action, you may use a bonus action to make an offhand attack with your full damage bonus. In addition, you may use your spellcasting modifier for attack and damage instead of your dexterity modifier or strength modifier.
That's cool.
An attack with either dagger counts as a magical weapon and adds 1d6 piercing damage. The second effect, if you use the spellcasting action, gives you resistance to magic until the start of your next turn, which means you would have advantage on saving throws versus magic spells until the start of your next turn. The third effect, if you take the dodge action, you have resistance to blunt, piercing, and slashing damage until the start of your next turn. It includes damage from magical sources. If you use a slot of 3rd level or higher, you may add 1d6 damage per slot level, and the duration of the other 2 effects extends to the end of your next turn.
Well, that all sounds fascinating, Alaros.
Like, according to some of the images in the explanation of the stances, it's like that's what the instruction part is. It's like showing you actually hold them this way, stand this way. You're actually able to divert magical energy away from you. That would be the resistance part.
That's cool.
The daggers also, from that point on, while they have the energy, serve as arcane focuses.
Neat.
I would like to make a history check so I don't just bring up something that we discussed earlier in lore, because I think I know what type of people would use this, but
all right.
I want to know if I know that in character. 10.
So your question is, what kind of people would use this? People who are good with daggers.
Yep.
And cast spells.
Since I am an elf,
Go ahead, Al.
gonna make a history check to kind of answer the same question.
Go for it.
And if not, I have Arcana. So it's a 17.
Again, it is definitely good for... It's not geared towards one particular class.
Okay.
It's not geared specifically towards even, like, say, Blade Singers.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
No, because Blade Singers specifically...
Have to have one hand free.
One hand free. Correct.
Should give that to a rogue and...
But yeah, you put this in the hands of a rogue, it's a little scary. It's also good when you're on your last 2nd level slot and not looking to cast a whole lot of other spells. Now you have something that gives you a combat option.
Right. I'm going to keep that handy.
Once you get back to where you can buy some materials, you could probably copy it.
I could identify these potions with either the 10-minute ritual of identify or use the alchemist kit. What is going to take longer?
Since you've already cast the spell...
Well, I have to detect magic going, not identify.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah,
What,
detect magic.
But while we have the detect
About the
magic
same
going,
time.
is any of the other items magical?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
How about the idol?
The idol itself is also not magical.
And the thing is not, too.
Correct. The screen?
Screen,
No.
thank you.
Okay.
She is quite lovely, but then again...
Is
she's
the
an elf.
screen valuable? Intelligence check.
What's an ancient elven text?
That is a 17.
The answer is hell yes.
Okay.
It's a...
How big is
As Corvin was in the middle of saying, It's an ancient tapestry of some religion that hasn't been seen in this world for longer than your elven memory.
Makes sense. How big is it?
Well, it's like a Japanese painted wall screen, basically.
Okay, so it's a dressing screen.
It's quite
kind of
large.
thing.
Yeah.
So we should
On the way
lock
back.
the
We
room
should
back
cut
up.
it into pieces and sell each of the pieces.
Yes.
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 There's all the artists in the world.
No,
screaming
we
at
should
once.
we should definitely seal the room back up, and we'll come back for it on the way
So
out.
1,000 artists have screamed.
Do you remember Monuments
And
Men
then
at all?
we're
I'm just saying.
I don't know what it is, so Anyways, moving on.
I would like a
Alright.
wyvern dice set. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So yes, we have the handkerchief. We have the
clothes.
You can have the
dice,
handkerchief if it's cursed.
couple of
Perhaps
chalices,
Nadia would like the
the
vestments.
vestments.
Cloth of
Perhaps.
gold. Nobody wears
I don't know
It's
that
tacky.
she wants to wear elven clothing. I don't know how.
It's not so much the elven
It's
part
probably
as
not
it
her
is
god.
the vestments of a different god.
No, that's a fair point.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
they're of a god. That's bad.
Curious
Yeah,
about
don't
taking
do
the
that.
vestments and the handkerchief, though.
Are the vestments valuable? I mean, yes, obviously, because they belong to an
Yeah.
ancient god that nobody has seen for
Yeah, I was
100
going to say
years.
the same reason that the
That's a 25.
If you were selling them to non-collectors, you would figure most of this stuff would probably fall down in the 25 gold piece range.
It's not even worth my time.
I'm totally snagging the handkerchief and the
Yeah,
vestments.
go for it. You can
Fold them
carry
up
the
nicely,
vestments, too.
yeah.
Have fun with that.
Right
I
on your-
mean,
on your
we
thing.
can always just use
Costumes.
costumes.
Exactly, that's my
I mean-
point. See, the glory of these forgotten god wyvern bits is we can totally make up whatever we want for them
I
for
know,
our show.
it's great.
Like maybe if there was like a mother of wyverns.
Think of the lore we could create.
The best part, though, we already have a name, because that's always the hardest part, is coming up with a name.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
It's not like they're around to
Yeah.
say anything anymore.
Exactly.
Very true.
The hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, because what god doesn't rise up again after hearing its name over and over again?
Exactly.
never gonna
Let's just
happen.
reinitiate the people to this thing's name.
Why not? No bad ever came from reading a book.
I have one reason, and one reason alone for you. I'm just going to stare at you.
That is not a reason. That is insulting, but not a reason.
It's creepy, really.
Sorry.
Nadia does point out that Mother of Wyverns does not sound like a particularly...
No,
it doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No, we'll have
and,
something better.
Might get us in trouble because it's a little bit close to a really famous something.
I mean, it's not like she's hot and blonde, but I mean,
Babysitter
I
of
can tell
wyverns?
Stone. She is hot, but...
Oh, sweet.
Now,
Nursemaid of wyverns?
You
Not
keep up
that
with
I-
your little play-thing, and then I'll make my move when she rises.
not that I think this
So-
is practical or something we should do, but
Well,
is the
that's not
idol
what we expect from you.
movable?
Not yet.
The idol is large and weighs...
Aside from the weight factor, like, is it in the ground or is it sitting in this room?
How do you intend to find out?
Do not push it over. Don't push it over.
Basically,
point.
the
That's a
divan
good
is
point.
sitting on a massive stone plaque that's all one piece.
You won't do it. Don't do
Um,
it. Don't do it.
You could attempt to lift it.
Please
give,
don't.
give it a little
Or
shoulder nudge.
Give it a shoulder nudge.
just to check,
Please don't
just to
disgrace the
check that,
ancient
I'm going
gods.
to take a piece, take a little piece of parchment and just check the seams by the floor, see if it can actually move into them.
Very clever. Does not at all.
Okay,
That
so
answers
that
the
answers
question.
your question.
Yeah. Not that I
mean,
wanted to carry this
There are
thing back.
seams, but it's probably.
We could have enslaved the spiders to drag it along.
It's pretty installed into
Yeah.
this room.
Totally fine with this. I really didn't want to carry it back.
But there's something that kept the spiders out of here.
Yeah, the magical door. They couldn't get in.
Very true.
Unless there's secret lightning spiders who are weirdly respectful.
You're just giving him
Lightning
If that
spiders.
gets thrown at us, I'm going to hurt you.
lightning spider dragons.
That's their breath weapon.
Yeah.
They shoot
just
lightning
shoot
webs.
lightning. No, they shoot lightning spiders.
Taser webs.
That shoot smaller lightning
Shoot
spiders.
smaller
They shoot taser webs. It wraps around you. Long range shocking grasp.
I love this.
Yeah.
My next familiar.
Will be nothing like this at
Exactly.
all.
So how you get them is you breed spiders and shock lizards.
Yes.
I mean, this is how we got owl bears.
And now the DM goes, actually, holy shit, that's possible.
Reptilian spiders.
That is not possible. First of all, because the two creatures breed entirely differently.
Not but
Owl
magic.
bears. Owl bears. Owls and bears mate completely different. How the fuck did that happen?
Bears lay eggs.
Yep, I want one of the bear egg omelets. I want a bear egg omelet right
And I mean,
about now.
bugs and
Go with that
bears?
deer
Yeah, and
sausage.
bugs-
Well, you know what? Maybe bears don't lay eggs normally, but look at Easter. Look what happens on Easter.
That's true.
Everything
that's
lays
true.
eggs.
Yeah.
Hide the eggs.
The walls in this room seem to be mostly adorned with symbols of dragons in flight and suns peeking out from clouds.
There's a pull handle on this side.
But on
There
the
is
back
no
of the
pull
door.
handle on this.
But on the back of the door, is there another symbol?
There is no.
All right.
So on the back door, yes, there is indeed
Mirror.
again that 8.
Okay. How I would like to test this is I would
Trap yourself in the room.
go like just like shit.
Put him
How
on
do we
the
get this?
outside. No, because we need to see
We
if
need
he
to
can
test the
open it.
inside.
Alaros would like to say something.
I could do an investigation check on
That's
the
true.
door
Okay, go for it.
and roll a 1. Look at
Has a
that.
1 in it.
16.
It looks like that once closed, the door is not openable from inside.
Good. So that's solved.
That solves
Yeah.
that entire
Wow,
discussion.
that would really suck.
And I also want
And
to
that's
point
how the
out,
The good
campaign
news
as,
is the door opens and closes slowly, which means someone most likely touched it on the inside with shocking grasp to begin its closing and then stepped out.
Well, I can't wait to see what the next room has.
Yeah, well, we got a door over here.
what next
Correct.
room? There's an extra room.
There's 2 rooms.
No, we already
there's
checked
two
the other
doors
room.
anyways.
Might
Oh,
not
it's
be
left
able
door
to
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about that.
So which door do you go to first?
We're already over
Wow.
here. We might as well do that.
Closest. Convenient.
Line yourselves up.
Really convenient. Nothing
Is-
about this is convenient.
Other
Wow,
than the fact
really?
that door's closer than the other one. That would be
And
convenient.
Zio arranges the characters on the board by just kind of tossing
No, you
them.
don't. I'm going to stand back here.
In the other
You
room.
do random stupid shenanigans with the door. Go ahead.
I was
So,
going to say something.
What's this one?
who does a perception check on the door?
I will do a perception check on the door.
Go for it, Till.
15.
It's
The door is a door. Like the two front doors that you came in by, this one has definitely seen better days. The wood is just about ready to break, and it's held up mostly by concentrations of webbing in key locations.
You did lock that back door, right? The one in the room?
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you?
Is there a way to do so?
Yeah, you can close it by touching it again with electricity. You just have to make sure you're not in there. 'Cause
Yes.
that was
Well,
it.
That's a very stupid room design.
Is it?
Depends on what the purpose of it was.
Not for hiding.
No, it definitely was not designed to hide.
No.
Or privacy.
I mean, it's an elf thing. You go in there.
Well, no,
they
you can
lock
leave the door
they
open.
lock you in there to worship that goddess, like, idol for 10 years. And then they come in, like,
Let you
yeah.
out.
Or they-
you do hide in there, but you put the screen in front of the open door so that you can like change or something.
Or, as Nadia says, or they leave the door open during worship hours and then close it at the end to keep people from stealing the offerings.
Much more practical, less exciting.
Yeah.
Did anyone check on those potions, by the way?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
had
he was
asked
gonna-
earlier what would be the quickest way to find out. It's about the same length of time.
Fuck it. I'll take the 10 minutes to do identify them.
Yeah, we'd
Yeah.
rather.
Okay.
Yeah, know what those are.
Um, So they are both potions of greater healing.
Who wants them?
Well, Corvin should have one.
Yep.
Wow. I would take one.
You're like, okay. I mean, but you are the fighter. So, I mean, you know,
I
you'll
have to
need
get
it.
hit first.
Yeah, he never gets hit.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow,
of course.
really?
You know what?
Yeah,
We could do
that's
that,
why you're
and they'd
gonna
be
go?
like, "Oh, look, there's a dragon." Let's test
You
this
realize
theory.
the number of critical hits that are going to be coming your way.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
And I will take one. Because I get hit a lot.
Yes.
And I am I'm the backup healer. I
Yeah.
have a ton of it, but I have some.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good with this.
I believe it is 4d4 plus 4 for the healing that they give.
4, 2, 4 plus
I can double
4.
check that.
So, possibility of a 20?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm right.
I'm happy.
44 plus 4.
Excellent.
This pleases me that you were right.
Next time on Heroes Play.
The river looks like it continues to cut through the compound.
Holy shit! Everything here is very old. On a scale of 1 to 20, very high.
Fuck are you people on?
Man flesh. Man flesh.
What was in that casserole you made?
Because of the gooey web covering several hundred feet above you, a carpet of spiders.
I got some reach with that firebolt. So.
And the door flops open.
Heroes Play is a Smiley Face Up production, a subsidiary of Aquil Games, with executive producers Andrew Kelbe and Bill Leetch. Visit aquilgames.wixsite.com/aquilgames for more information.